You also mentioned here that at some point, the standard for enrollment into the army began to fall because of the politicization of the army.
That was when I was sent to go and recruit northern officers. What happened there was that there was a coup in Togo against their president called Olympio.
Yes, Sylvanus Olympio.
Olympio. And they were dragging the man on the floor. And NPN, which was the Northern Political Party, won the election. NPC, you are very correct. Northern People's Congress, you are very correct. And then they panicked that this could happen to them. The Igbo officers were 37. The Yoruba officers were 10. The northern officers, the Hausa speaking group, they were only 8. And as a matter of fact, they had, that was one of the problems we had in the country. The first coup was a great disaster. It was to one side, and they killed the northern officers and the politicians. And who led the coup was an Igbo-speaking man. That was why it was an Igbo coup. It was not an Igbo coup. They were like minds, university students, and Nzeogwu himself. They were just like minds. They could not be indifferent to what happened in the country. They wanted a good governance and good country.
So the intention was not Igbo dominance?
No. It was, up to today, I will swear to that.
You met Nzeogwu, right?
Oh, very well. Very well.
Tell me about him.
Well, a very brilliant officer, and he was in Kaduna. He came to Zaria often, and we were always at the officers' mess. He just liked my sporting activities, and he loved my debate. Every time we had things to say about tactics and so on, he was in charge of tactics and the Nigerian Military Training College. So every time he came, I wouldn't be surprised that he had asked for me to come to NMTC, because after the coup, they transferred me to NMTC.
As the Nigerian Military Training College.
Nigerian Military Training College. So I wouldn't have surprised that he asked me to be transferred to the military college, because he was always discussing tactics and strategy with me. I was a very young officer to him.
Was he a very calm person?
Oh, yeah. Well, when you use the word calm, just a nice, intelligent officer. He loves discussing tactics and strategy. And he loves reading books. Every time he came, he would ask, which book did you read today? I read the book called The Gun, The Ship, and military books and so on. He loved discussing tactics and strategy with me.
Did he appear revolutionary?
I don't think so. He wasn't different from any of us. And he never discussed in the officers' mess things happening about politics and so on. Even up to today, I never loved talking about politics, because I just cannot understand politics.
So from what you know today about his role in that coup, was he deceptive?
He meant well. He meant well. But, issues like this, let me put it this way. Human beings, the vitality of human beings is peaceful. But even by nature, human beings are humane. We're nice people. We want good things. We want good life. But along the line, some warped people will come and say, you are white, I am black. You are north, I am south. I am rich, you are poor. In the east, they will say Osu, and rich man, all those. So they play on your emotions. Many civilians perhaps had done that to him. And because they did that to him, maybe, he got these ideas. But he probably had discussed issues with friends, people of like minds. I was too junior for him to talk about situations like that with me. But he respected my contributions in conferences, in debates, and sports.
When you got to know that he led the coup in the north, how did you feel?
I was on holidays. My first leave ever in the army. After my operations with Njoku and General Mamalari, we had an exercise called Exercise Bellyache, where instead of Njoku capturing me, I captured Njoku. The story is in my book. You know, from there, we started thinking that things were not going well in the country. Officers were discussing politics, corruption, people getting 10%, and openly they got 10% in business and so on. But I was a bit too young to discuss such issues with senior officers. It's not like now where junior and senior officers were talking. In the officers' mess, you have to take your place in those days.
But these so-called senior officers were young men.
Yes.
Some of them were in their late 20s.
Yes. The thing was, they took over from the British. The British had their nose up. They too had their nose up. It's still happening to today. The leader was British. You took over from him. So, Alabi that used to come and discuss with you and play with you and eat with you. Oh, now I'm a governor. You don't have a chance. Obilo is at the gate. Tell him I'm sleeping. You know, so the situations went wrong. Situations went wrong after the independence in the country.
And the reaction from the coups, from the Nzeogwus,
yes,
was appropriate. Is that what you are saying?
Well, at that time, killing was not... I couldn't have imagined them killing anybody, especially the senior officers. In fact, my mother said, and I wrote it in my book, that whoever kills Sadana would not see Christmas.
Yeah.
And many of them never saw Christmas of that year. That was what happened. I mean, it was very bloody.